Alright, before was kind of a crappy explanation, so now I can actually sit down and write it out. This is what I think you were stuck on, and we can just replace, to make it easier, we can replace these terms with like x and y. So we can just write something like 8x cubed y cubed minus 9x squared y to the fourth all over x to the sixth. So all I did was I replaced all this garbage with x and y because really they're just terms because they're all the same. So when you factor these out, you find the greatest common factor, which out of this would be x squared y cubed, because that's basically the greatest factor that can go into both of these, because x squared, that's the highest one out of this term, and y cubed is the highest out of this one. So your greatest common factor is x squared y cubed. So what you do is you divide both sides by your greatest common factor. So what will happen is we're dividing the left side right here, and that will end up being 8x because when you divide it, it would be like x cubed over x squared. So you just subtract the top from the bottom, and you're left with x to the 1. So it'd be 8x. Y cubed would just cancel out to 1, and 1 you can just leave it blank, or you can write it off to the side. 1 times 8, it doesn't really matter. And then you're going to do the same for the other side, and what you're going to be left with is when you divide x squared by that, you're just left with negative 9. And you're going to be left with 1y because you have 4 minus 3, that'll be 1y. And so basically you're left with that's our this 8x, it's not written very well, this 8x minus 9y, that's going to be one of our factors. And then the other factor is going to be the original thing we were dividing by, so it'd be x squared y cubed times 8. And all that over x to the sixth. And then if you substitute all this back in, you can do this for the whatever it was, the 3 minus 1 or whatever, and it'll come out to 8 times 3x minus 1 squared, and then our y is 2x plus 5 cubed, and then we multiplied that by 8 times our x, which was 3x minus 1, and then our negative 9y, which was 2x plus 5. And then all that was over, 3x minus 1 to the sixth. And then I think you realized how to cancel this out, or not cancel it out, reduce it down to, I think it was to the fourth. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's the main thing, is you got to find your greatest common factor and then divide it by both sides or whatever.